comes to the most dangerous places in the world, we may immediately think of the Bermuda Triangle, Death Valley in the US, or the Ghost Island in the South Pacific. But few people know that right in Asia, there is a place as picturesque as a painting, yet rumored to be extremely dangerous, so much so that it is dubbed the Bermuda Triangle of China. That is the mysterious Hei Zhu Valley, where animals mysteriously disappear upon entering, and electronic devices fail to function. Even remnants of a feudal army were swallowed by this place, and scientific expedition teams or explorers have entered, but never returned. Amid the thick fog of China's Bermuda Triangle, it is rumored to be home to giant pythons, man-eating pandas, or wandering black panthers. So is this place truly as mysterious and dangerous as it is said to be? Beneath the 1,000-year-old pine trees, unanswered mysteries still await the brave to unveil them. The Bermuda Triangle is a non-fixed area in the western part of the North Atlantic Ocean, resembling a giant monster hiding beneath fierce undercurrents. It possesses a terrifying power that devours any plane or ship daring to pass through. The Bermuda Triangle is like a giant mouth controlled by an invisible force, constantly swallowing all vehicles within its reach. In China, there is also a mysterious place no different from Bermuda. Locals consider it a forbidden zone where no one dares to step foot carelessly. The place, dubbed the Bermuda Triangle of China, was first known through the journey of 5 explorers. They named it Hei Zhu Valley, but it has an even more chilling nickname that sends shivers down the spine: the Valley of Death. Hei Zhu Valley is located in an autonomous ethnic highland county in Luoshan City, Sichuan Province, about 18 kilometers from Meigu Mountain. The valley spans 838 square kilometers. Because it lies deep within high mountains, the area is covered in dense forests with a pristine and highly diverse ecosystem. Due to its remote location in the jungle, many mysteries in Hei Zhu Valley remain unsolved. The reason this valley is likened to China's Bermuda Triangle is not only due to the abundance of ominous rumors, but also because of a striking coincidence. This place also lies on the 30th parallel north. At first glance, this might not seem special, but one should know that the 30th parallel north passes through 4 of the world's ancient civilizations. Mysterious civilizations such as the Maya, Atlantis, and more recently, the Sanxingdui culture in China, have all drawn attention. Moreover, other places known for their extreme danger, like the Bermuda Triangle and Death Valley in the US, also lie near this latitude. This adds to the mysterious and unpredictable atmosphere of Hei Zhu Valley. The Hei Zhu mountain range is shrouded year-round in a thick white and chilly fog, like a curtain hiding millennia-old secrets. The fog here is unlike anywhere else. It is not only dense, but also carries a strange, mystical aura. Locals have passed down stories for generations that the fog is not random, but created by a mountain deity guarding the sacred forest from intruders. According to legend, anyone who dares to approach and makes noise, screams, or disrespects the forest will immediately enrage the mountain god. Then the dense fog will sweep them away without leaving a trace. In the early days after liberation, an American plane once intended to fly over Hei Zhu Valley to leave the country, but it crashed, and everyone on board perished. The village elders recount that in the gorge lies a giant snake the size of a bull's mouth, ready to devour anyone. That's why for generations a terrifying saying has been passed down: the hunting dog enters and vanishes. The warrior steps in and never returns. That saying serves as a chilling warning to anyone intending to step into Hei Zhu Valley. Whether human or animal, once they enter this land, there's almost no way back. The rumors surrounding the Valley of Death don't stop at mysterious disappearances of people and animals. One of the other famous legends here is the mystery of the wild man. Locals recount that a villager once saw with his own eyes a creature about 2 meters tall, covered in thick hair. However, the existence of the wild man remains just a rumor. Whether it was real or merely a hallucination of the storyteller, no one dares to confirm. In the depths of the mountains, full of traps, treacherous terrain, and invisible threats lurking everywhere, people or animals can vanish in the blink of an eye. However, for those who believe in science, tales of mountain gods bringing calamities or fog that swallows people are just fantastical legends created by folklore. They believe these are simply natural phenomena commonly found in humid high mountain regions. Strangely, though, these wild stories stem from real events, clearly recorded in historical documents, and they send chills down people's spines. According to reliable records, in 1950, after a devastating defeat in battle, the remnants of a general surnamed Hu, about 30 soldiers, retreated into the mountains near the Valley of Death. Fully armed and equipped, they decided to risk crossing Hei Zhu to avoid pursuit. Yet just a few days after entering the deep forest, the entire unit vanished without a trace. After a long search, only one survivor was found, the chief of staff. What was strange and terrifying was that he had completely lost his memory of the time spent in the Valley of Death, utterly unable to recall what had happened to his comrades. The rest were never found, no remains, no signs of life as if they had never existed. This incident quickly became a major mystery and shook the military world at the time. Even though the authorities tried to suppress the information, rumors still spread widely, making Hei Zhu Valley seem even darker and more frightening. 5 years later, in 1955, another strange event occurred in the same place. This time, it involved two soldiers from a mapping unit, assigned to transport equipment and supplies. Wanting to shorten their route, they asked permission to take a shortcut through Hei Zhu Valley. After getting approval, the two entered the area and were never seen again. There was no signal, no trace of movement. Both the men and the cargo completely vanished into the misty mountains and forests. Amid growing tension, the unit immediately dispatched 2 platoons, totaling dozens of men, to the scene for search and rescue. But after days of scouring the forest edges, all they recovered were the missing soldiers' personal weapons. One must understand that a weapon is a soldier's lifeline, almost never abandoned unless in utter desperation. The fact that both men left their weapons behind could only mean one thing. They had faced such danger that they had to flee and abandon even their guns. Since then, not only locals but even military units stationed nearby have always been cautious whenever Hei Zhu is mentioned. With all that has happened, this place has gone far beyond a typical treacherous mountain region and become one of the scariest places of all. To uncover the secrets of Hei Zhu Valley, professional researchers decided to take action. Since the 1960s, scientific survey teams began entering the Valley of Death to investigate and explore its mysteries. However, due to the limited scientific and technological capabilities of the time, for a long while the mysteries remained unsolved, and worse, the teams continued facing dangers. In 1964, the first official survey team to set foot in Hei Zhu was the Forest Investigation Team from the Provincial Forestry Bureau. To counter the rumors and previous disappearances, they prepared meticulously, bringing full equipment, maps, and compasses. Moreover, the team invited 2 experienced Yi ethnic hunters who had lived in the area for generations and were believed to know the mountain paths better than anyone. They also brought 2 professionally trained hunting dogs to scout the route and alert for danger. Everything went smoothly at first, until the team entered the Xumenguan area, a narrow rocky pass considered the gateway into the core of the valley. In this valley, locals also call Xumenguan by a particularly chilling name, the Gate to Hell. According to elders, the terrain around Xumenguan Gorge is extremely dangerous, with many underground rivers and sheer cliffs. Just one misstep, and a person could fall into a deep abyss. Once fallen, it's nearly impossible to recover any remains. At first, people believed the disappearances here were mainly due to the complex terrain and risk of falling into ravines. But the successive incidents, especially the case of the Forestry Bureau survey team, only deepened people's suspicions. Just as the group had walked a short distance, the fog began to rise so thick that even those just a few meters apart could no longer see each other. The scenery was engulfed in a blinding white, with an eerie silence. To ensure safety, the guide decided to release the 2 hunting dogs to scout ahead. But less than 10 minutes later, both dogs suddenly disappeared. Despite the group's constant calling, whistling, and even firing signal shots, there was no barking at all. Sensing something was wrong, the team immediately ordered a retreat. However, while heading back, they encountered a new problem. All 8 compasses they carried were magnetically disturbed and pointed in the wrong direction, causing the entire group to become lost in the fog for nearly 24 hours. When they finally escaped the area and returned to camp, a comparison with the map left them shocked. They had deviated 45 degrees from their intended route, a huge error in the rugged mountainous forest. Fortunately, the Forestry Bureau staff were experienced and had familiarized themselves with the terrain before entering. So despite many difficulties, they eventually found their way out safely, escaping by a narrow margin. After this failed first expedition, it wasn't until 1977 that another survey team launched a large-scale investigation, divided into several small, independent groups. 3 of those survey groups, totaling nearly a dozen people, completely lost contact while on their mission. All communication was cut off, and every subsequent search effort proved futile. No personal belongings were found, no signs of struggle, No remains, nothing. It was as if this group had been swallowed by something, completely vanishing from the real world. This became the largest disappearance in the valley's history, marking the moment when this treacherous mountain area became a forbidden land to locals. Moving into the 1990s, with the advancement of science and technology, the Sichuan provincial government once again decided to send a survey team deep into Hei Zhu Valley. This time, they were equipped with more advanced devices such as GPS, radio communication tools, geosensors, and a rapid response support team stationed outside the area for maximum safety. Even so, all efforts were nearly in vain. The fog remained unusually dense, especially during early morning and late afternoon. GPS devices frequently lost signal, and the magnetometers continuously recorded abnormal fluctuations. The treacherous terrain with countless sheer cliffs, deep gorges, and mud pits made the survey even more difficult. Although no casualties occurred thanks to quick emergency responses, the team was only able to penetrate about 2 kilometers deeper than previous expeditions. This was considered a very minor breakthrough compared to the original scale and expectations. Over 3 decades have passed, and countless survey teams from civilian units to the military, from scientists to local residents, have all had to withdraw in helplessness. Not only does Hei Zhu Valley swallow people and animals, but numerous supernatural events and sightings of giant creatures beyond the man-eating snake have also been reported. In addition to the giant snake, the valley was once home to giant pandas and wild black panthers. Everyone knows that before they adapted to eating bamboo, pandas were also carnivorous. In the 1990s, pandas occasionally attacked livestock, including sheep, pigs, and other domesticated animals. After a hearty meal, they would find a comfortable spot in the village to sleep. Rumors suggest that giant snakes, giant pandas, and black panthers often fought over territory. Later on, for unknown reasons, the pandas gradually moved out of the valley, coming closer to forests near the villages. Besides its diversity of rare wild animals, the area also boasts a rich and pristine plant ecosystem. One can admire massive ancient fir trees, some with diameters up to 3 meters and heights of 80 meters. There are also pines, spruces, and other rare plants such as ash trees. Despite its breathtaking scenery, the valley is also marked by frequent and continuous supernatural occurrences. Comparing with past data, it's clear that many people have permanently remained in this place, with even their remains difficult to find. It's as if the area is sealed by an invisible force, preventing most who enter from ever turning back. Events that followed only further fueled associations with supernatural or spiritual phenomena. At one point, a reporter named Guo Yue from Chengdu Television and some colleagues planned an expedition into Hei Zhu to film and document the reality inside this mysterious mountain range. Before setting out, the female reporter fully charged the camera and prepared for any technical malfunctions that could slow their progress. But something strange happened while passing through Ximenguan. The fully charged camera suddenly shut off for no reason. Guo Yue tried everything, pressing the power button, replacing the battery, checking the equipment, but the camera could not be restarted. The incident happened exactly where compasses had previously all failed, making everyone suspect there truly was a strange energy controlling everything there. Another film crew chose 4 top-tier homing pigeons birds that had never gotten lost before. However, after releasing them at Ximenguan, all the pigeons vanished without a trace. No matter how long they waited, the birds never returned. Despite the mysteries, in 2000, Hei Zhu Valley was approved by the State Forestry Administration as a national forest park. Why do so many strange phenomena occur in Hei Zhu Valley? These questions weren't definitively answered until 2013. In 2013, under the leadership of a Chinese Academy of Sciences academician named Liu, and with Professor Li from Chengdu University of Geosciences, a research group was officially formed. This professional survey team once again ventured into Hei Zhu Valley for investigation. After 2 years of research, by 2015, the experts delivered a surprising conclusion. Along the route starting from Ximenguan, there exists a magnetic anomaly belt about 60 kilometers long. Based on previous expedition experiences such as multiple compass failures, the team immediately conducted tests. When experts used a meridian axis magnetometer to measure the magnetic field in Hei Zhu, they recorded a value of 49,300 nanoteslas, which falls within the normal range. Here, a brief explanation. Earth's magnetic field is not uniform and increases from the equator toward the poles. In other words, the closer to the equator, the weaker the magnetic field. In China, being in the northern hemisphere, the farther south you go, the lower the magnetic field. Typically, Magnetic field values range from 20,000 to 60,000 nanoteslas, so the reading in Hei Zhu was within normal limits. However, as the survey went deeper, the experts found that moving about 2 kilometers south of the initial measurement point and using the meridian axis magnetometer again, the data began to act strangely. As previously explained, the magnetic field should have decreased when moving south. But this time, experts discovered that the field didn't decrease, it increased, especially near the Shimenguan area, where the data became increasingly chaotic. Why was the magnetic field abnormal there? After a consultation, the Provincial Department of Land and Resources decided to send a drone to explore the mysterious gorge. Based on the feedback from the drone, they discovered an area no one had ever entered, filled with dense virgin forest, sheer cliffs, and deep gorges. A fluxgate magnetometer was mounted on the drone, and data from 2 flights were checked and compared using advanced sensor systems. This setup ensured accurate and stable drone flight performance. After extensive research and investigation, the experts decided to begin their journey from Shimenguan and eventually reached the mysterious location known as Rosoida. This winding route is called the Death Zone due to its magnetic field anomalies. The magnetic irregularities in this area are caused by the abundance of magma rocks surrounding it. These rocks were formed from volcanic lava after eruptions and cooling, and they contain extremely high iron content. Since different types of rocks have varying iron concentrations, the magnetic field they generate also differs. This discrepancy is the reason why compasses can't point in the correct direction, and meridian axis magnetometers produce abnormal readings. The area is also dense with underground rivers and steep cliffs, plus many dangerous wild animals lurking about. Therefore, both humans and animals entering here face a high risk to their lives. The place hides countless dangers, and any intruder, whether human or animal, must face the threat of death. As for the fog that seems to swallow people, it's actually just a special natural phenomenon. Due to heavy rainfall in the area, combined with a thriving ecosystem and dense vegetation, plants transpire intensely, increasing humidity and filling the air with moisture. Additionally, the terrain features deep mountain ravines, preventing the moisture from dispersing easily and causing it to linger between the slopes. This obscures visibility, making it difficult to perceive the terrain or surrounding natural signs, causing people to easily lose their bearings and get lost. Moreover, the area contains many underground rivers. If a person unfamiliar with the terrain gets lost, they can easily fall into these underground streams and disappear without a trace. What are your thoughts on this story? Leave a comment below the video. Don't forget to hit subscribe to follow more unique and fascinating stories. Your support is the motivation for us to bring you even more exciting and extraordinary tales. Thank you for accompanying us. See you in the next videos.